So if you haven't heard already, Peloton created 4 brand new strength split programs, and these were exclusive to just the Peloton guide for the first 7 weeks, but now they're available to everybody. So today we are going to have an in-depth breakdown of each of these 4 programs so you can better decide if they might be a good fit for you, and if so, which one might be the best for your goals. Now, in terms of the type of programs that these are split type programs, meaning they have a specific muscle group focus for each of the days, and the program is intended to be repeated for at least several weeks, allowing you to add more weight or volume each week, allowing for more of a progression than what Peloton normally has. And I think it's a great option for a lot of people to look into, and there are a good variety of programs here. 2 of them are built for Peloton members who want to do strength training 3 days a week, and 2 of the programs are built for Peloton members who would like to train 5 days per week. And these programs are also split into those more intended for intermediate and those who are more advanced. And before I break each of these programs down for you, there are 2 sort of drawbacks with how Peloton made these programs. The first of which is that these programs are intended to be taken several weeks in a row, and Peloton decided to build these programs in what some might call a more efficient way, others might refer to it as a lazy way, but essentially you're going to be repeating the same exact classes every single week. And while this is fine and you'll certainly get good results this way, it can get a little bit boring, and I'm not even just referring to repeating the same movements week to week, because you'd be doing that under any split program, but because it's the exact same video, you are going to be watching the same instructor say the exact same things and cues at the exact same times, and so it can feel a little bit more repetitive than some people may like. Also, I want to note right up front that with the exception of Callie's 3-day split program, the rest of the programs are really biased in upper body strength training, and this may not bother you. In fact, it could be a positive for some of you, but it is something that I think you should be aware of. So that said, let's break down each of these programs so you can know exactly what you're jumping into and maybe figure out which of them is the best fit for you. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video because I will be providing more thoughts and suggestions for you then. Okay, so first off, we have the 3-day intermediate split with Callie. And in this 3-day split, the first day you'll be doing a 45-minute back, biceps, and legs focus. The second workout day, you'll be doing a 30-minute chest, shoulders, and triceps focus. And the third workout day, you'll be doing a 30-minute legs and core session. Now, I should mention real briefly that the layout of the movements and the intervals that are on display on this sheet here, these aren't the exact same ones that Peloton has on their descriptions, because their descriptions seem to be based on what the coaches actually did, and sometimes the coaches can forget things or be off a little bit. So what I wrote here is what I feel the coaches actually intended for these sessions. So in Callie's first workout, you're going to be doing 40-second intervals of dumbbell squats with a 20-second rest 4 times, then the same thing with bent over rows. Then single leg deadlifts under the same interval structure, but with 2 sets. So, the intervals go 4, 3, and 2. Then after 3 rounds, you'll be doing 30 seconds of dumbbell sumo squats, rest, and then 30 seconds of lateral lunges. Then the next part is going to be renegade rows and bicep curls. And then next, this is a pretty long and thorough session. It's an 8-minute EMOM. You'll be doing reverse lunges, crossbody curls, reverse flies, and wide grip bent over rows. And then finally, there's a little finisher with squat jumps and additional variations of curls here. On the next day you'll be training is going to be a bit easier. It's only 30 minutes long and it's all upper body focused. You'll be doing some chest presses. You'll be doing an AMRAP with more chest presses and skull crushers. Then 4 sets of an overhead press, and then an AMRAP with overhead press and overhead extensions. And then 3 rounds of tricep kickbacks. Another EMOM of chest flies and lateral raises, and then a short little push-up burner at the end. On day 3 is the 30-minute legs and core session, so you'll be doing 3 rounds of 40 seconds of Romanian deadlifts mixed with dead bugs. Then you'll be doing 2 rounds of a circuit with split squats, reverse lunges, hollow bodies, and scissor kicks. Then there's a 2-minute AMRAP with hip bridges and clamshells with some additional planks. And then finally at the end, there are some goblet squats, dumbbell lunges, and tuck-ups, and 30 seconds of squat jumps to finish it all off. Next up, we have a 5-day intermediate split with Matty Magiacomo. And so on this program, on day 1, you'll do 30 minutes of back and biceps. Day 2, you're going to be doing 30 minutes of legs and shoulders, so split between your legs and more upper body. Day 3 is more all upper body, 30 minutes of chest and back. Day 5 is 30 minutes of legs and core. And day 7 is going to be 30 minutes of chest and triceps. So in this program, compared to Callie, there's a lot less variation in the movements. On the back and biceps workout, you're going to be alternating between renegade rows, reverse flies, and supermans. And then in the next part, you're going to be doing 3 sets of curls, 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 with some more curls at the end. On the next day, where you're doing the legs and shoulders, you're going to be doing 4 sets of deadlifts, dumbbell squats, front to back lunges. Then you're going to be doing 3 sets of some slight variation of a press, then a push press, and then some sort of raise, like a front raise or a lateral raise. And then at the end, there's a 1.5 minute lateral raise with an isometric hold. After a rest day, you'll go back to day 4, and here we're going to hit renegade rows again, reverse flies again, and supermans again. Then you'll be doing some bent over rows and reverse flies and even more supermans. He really likes supermans. He does them all the time. And then at the end, you'll be doing neutral grip chest press, chest flies, and push-ups, and then more renegade rows again at the end. And this is a very common theme, and I'll talk about this more at the end on Matty's program, but he uses a lot of the same movements throughout. Now on day 5 is a 30-minute legs and core. We're going to be alternating for 3 sets between deadlifts, and then goblet squats, and then lateral lunges, and then lateral lunges. And then after a short break, you'll be doing some core work, so wood chops, Russian twists, and bicycle crunches. Finally, on day 7, you'll be doing some more upper body with a chest and triceps workout. The first part, you'll be alternating between push-ups and neutral grip chest press and chest fly. The second part, you'll be alternating between tricep kickbacks, tricep push-ups, and skull crushers. And finally, you'll finish with a 1-minute skull crusher with an isometric hold. Next up, we have the 3-day advanced split with Robin Arzon. On day 1, she has a 30-minute upper body, chest, and tricep workout. On day 3, a 30-minute lower body and core workout. And on day 5, an upper body, back, and bicep workout. So on the chest and tricep workout, at first, you'll be alternating between neutral grip chest presses and chest flies and more chest flies and overhead extensions. Then you'll do a 5-minute AMRAP of neutral grip chest presses and skull crushers. Then you'll do another 5-minute AMRAP of push-ups and tricep kickbacks. And then you'll have 1 final minute of more tricep kickbacks. On day 3, when you do the lower body and core, it's going to be 3 sets of lateral lunges, reverse lunges, wood chops, and forearm planks. Then you have a 5-minute EMOM of dumbbell squats and V-ups. Then you have a 5-minute AMRAP of deadlifts and squat jumps. And then you finish with a little bit of plank work. And finally, on day 5, for the back and bicep workout, you're going to be doing a combination of various curls and reverse flies. Then you'll be doing a 6-minute EMOM of more curls and bent over rows. Then a 4-minute AMRAP of renegade rows and more curls. And finally, you have a short 1-minute 30 AMRAP of more curls and more bent over rows. And finally, we have the 5-day advanced split with Adrian Williams. This one, unlike the others, is intended to be taken 5 days in a row with a 2-day rest at the end. So on day 1, you have a 30-minute upper body pull workout. Day 2, a 30-minute legs and shoulders workout. Day 3, a 30-minute chest and triceps workout. Day 4, a 30-minute legs and core workout. And day 5, a 30-minute shoulders and triceps workout. And you'll notice that Adrian likes to structure his workouts with 4 sets of everything. So the first combination of movements is going to be 30 seconds of hammer curls, 30 seconds of renegade rows, and 30 seconds of bicycle crunches. Then after a short rest, you'll have mountain climbers, more hammer curls, and some reverse flies. And then the final part is going to be bent over rows mixed with planks. On day 2, for the legs and shoulder day, you'll be mixing in dumbbell squats, overhead press, and alternating lunges. Then there is a 7-minute EMOM with deadlifts, and then you finish up with lateral raises, dumbbell sumo squats, and some squat jumps. On day 3, for the chest and triceps day, you have 4 sets of neutral grip chest press and overhead extensions, then 4 sets of push-ups and tricep kickbacks, and finally 4 sets of tricep push-ups with skull crushers, and then 1-minute finisher of pike push-ups. Then on day 4, for the legs and core workout, you have 4 sets of front to back lunges mixed with forearm planks, then 4 sets of bicycle crunches, dumbbell squats, and high planks, and then 4 sets of deadlifts and twisting mountain climbers, finishing up with a 1-minute squat jump challenge. And finally, on day 5, we have a 30-minute shoulders and tricep workouts with 4 rounds of skull crushers and overhead press, 4 rounds of push press and tricep kickback, and 4 rounds of overhead extensions and lateral raise with, again, a 1-minute challenge at the end with an overhead carry. So feel free to rewind and go back and search through those programs again to kind of figure out which one might be best for you. And I also have a link in the description below if you'd rather just read all of this. And here are some additional thoughts and suggestions. If you are an absolute beginner, Matty's program is the most beginner friendly as he spends the most time out of all of the programs going over each movement to make sure everybody knows exactly what to do. From there, Callie's is a bit more intermediate, but still very friendly to beginners. And then finally, Robin and Adrian's, it says advanced, but it's really designed mostly for intermediate athletes who are a bit more aware of most of the movements and don't need a ton of coaching on how to do each of them. Now, in terms of these split programs, obviously everybody's going to be different, but usually you'll want to stick with them for at least 2 to 3 weeks in a row to get the best results. I probably wouldn't plan on doing more than 3 weeks. Not that you wouldn't continue to get some results, but I think it would be pretty hard to take the same exact class and have the instructor say the exact same things for longer than 3 weeks in a row. And my personal opinion about these programs as a strength and conditioning coach of over 14 years is I really like the design of Callie's and Adrian's programs a lot more than Matty's or Robin's. My biggest problem with Matty's that I slightly mentioned earlier is that he repeats a lot of the same movements throughout the entire program, and then you're going to be repeating that program each week. And this wouldn't be a big deal if it were movements that were really beneficial, but it was typically more of the accessory movements that he continued to repeat over and over and over again throughout the workout, which just seems a little bit strange to have that much emphasis on some of those movements on this type of program. And then with Robin's, my biggest issue is how little volume there is on legs, especially for squatting. Now, if you want to avoid squatting, it might be the perfect program for you, but for those who want to have regular squatting in their programs, it's pretty light on that and a lot more heavy on the upper body. But of course, those are just my opinions, and I really actually just want to hear yours. So if you could share in comments if you've taken any of these programs, which ones you've enjoyed and why, or if you plan on taking any of them, which one you think you want to take. Thanks so much for being here as always. If you haven't checked out the review of the Peloton guide, make sure to check that out here. Hope you enjoy it, stay fit, and I'll see you next time.